welcome to the Uriah Jokes podcast. And if you're like, hey, Uriah, where the hell you been? Well, I've been writing comedy, doing jokes, but guess what? I've always wanted to know what will get in the way of comedy. Well, guess what? I thought it would be like a sick uncle coming up to me and like, oh, Uriah, I'm a sick uncle. You have to take care of me now. It's like, what the hell? You didn't take care of me. Plus, it's like, hey, Uriah, you need to grow up and have a family, have a life, have money, so one day your family, you could take care of them. It's like, what the hell? I don't want to take care of my family. I don't want to kill my family. You got money, what the hell? I don't have the skills to be a hitman. I don't have it. You go on YouTube, it's not there. You go on the dark web, it's too dark. All right. So what I'm going to be reading today is going to be a drama notebook, monologues for teenagers. So I'm a little bit of a rule breaker over here because guess what? I'm not a monologue and I'm not a teenager. So we got a bunch of different things to do. But you know what I'm going to do? It's hard to just create material. Instead, I'm going to create material and then use that material to create more material, which makes me environmentally conscious. How about that? This is called Tense. First Place Winner by Olivia Mars, age 18. I'm quickly realizing these aren't classic stories made by people like Darwin or the Da Vinci Code guy, Dan Brown. These are actually written by 18-year-olds, which will also make me realize that when I read this and see that they're a better writer than me. All right. I guess I'm going to do a voice and try to keep it the whole way. Did not plan this through. Should have planned it through. This is my relaunch of my podcast that no one listens to, and now bing, bang, boom. Oh, I'm starting from the ground floor. I have the perfect life. Loving parents, a supportive sister, the cutest dog in the world. I go to an amazing school and have the most caring friends I could ever ask for. But out of my 1,000 positives, why do I let 2 negatives take over? I'm going to stop right there. There's 2 negatives make a positive. How about that? Makes it 1001. Why do I let 2 negatives take over? At 6 a.m. That looks like a 3rd negative over there at 6 a.m. Ooh, that's gross time to wake up. At 6 a.m. my alarm starts screaming at me. Oh, my set's jumping off there. He's like, this podcast jumped the shark, so we're jumping. Just like it. This is what happens when you do it yourself. I can't even put foam on a wall. How about that? We're gonna keep going like that didn't happen. At 6 a.m., my alarm starts screaming at me, and by 6:01, I have 100 anxious thoughts. That's impressive. I mean, at that point, if within a minute you can have 100 anxious thoughts, think about that. That's like, if 60 seconds are in a minute, and that's valid, that's science, and you just do 1 second per thought, that's 60. So some of these thoughts that they have are milliseconds and half a seconds. I gotta tell you what, an 18-year-old waking up to go to school at 6 in the morning, maybe should set our alarm for 7 in the morning and get rid of some of those anxious thoughts, or snooze it. Why aren't you snoozing? There's a problem right there. Let's go back to the story, and you could be like Uriah. It's hard out there. They gotta get TikTok followers. They gotta get MySpace followers. It's like, you might be right. While I drive to school. Oh, there's an anxious thought. Look, that's what we want on the road. We want someone with 100 thoughts within a minute. Writing essays that I'll read called tense. Driving on the road. Do we think that's safe? We think that's safe, kids? I gotta go to a PTA meeting. While I drive to school, I worry that I'm going to get in a car accident or that I will get the unimaginable call that my parents have died. So these are the two negatives. I guess is she worries about her parents all the time. Well, where are her parents right now? I mean, come on, it should be give or take here. So she's driving to school. So she does have the ability right now to drop out of school and get real adult problems. Otherwise, she's just making up problems like worrying about getting in a car accident. Maybe she shouldn't be writing the story while driving a car. How about that? While I drive to school, I worry that I am going to get in a car accident or that I will get the unimaginable call that my parents have died. So I turn up the music even louder to drive out these thoughts. But once I'm at school, it continues. I'm a good student, but I sit in math class and my brain shuts down. I can't do this, I say to my teacher. Yes, you can. Take a deep breath, she says. I turn in a blank test and walk to the counselor's office overwhelmed, panicked, and defeated. Sitting in a blue flowered chair, I try to hold back tears, but I break down under the spell of orange essential oils and I cry for an hour feeling hopeless. My head spins with all the thoughts about where I should go to college. Am I smart enough to get in a nursing school? Okay, is she going to college or is she going to nursing school? Come on, her mind's all over the place over here. And how much I will miss my friends and teachers. I mean, how good of friends and teachers they are. Neither of them are helping them when she's in distress over here. I mean, like, send a text out there. What are you doing? My life is starting to change, and I am not ready. Sometimes I feel guilty that I feel this way. I truly do have a blessed life, and lots of people have it way worse. But sometimes life is hard. Sometimes I'm afraid. I'm going to just try to focus on the present and remember that I don't need to have all the answers today. So that's that. There's not really an ending to the story. So I guess they turned this in unfinished. But this makes me think about it all the times I was in school. And if I ever handed in a blank test, I would get a blank stare. Blank stare. Why do I got like an accent coming out there? A blank stare from the teacher. And you know what that teacher would do? Give me a thumbs up. Because that's innovation. That's twisting what you would expect. You would at least expect to write the name on the test. She didn't write her name on the test, and then she goes and cries in the guidance counselor's office. This is who pays her car insurance. Did a gecko give her a good quote? I guess we'll never know. But Olivia Mars from Michigan, USA. This won first place winner. This is a first place winner. How the hell didn't I graduate high school or go to college? If this was first place, I could have wrote something like this. You just have to start it, and you don't have to end it. What the hell? And this has been the Uriah Jokes Podcast, where I'm going to go through every single one of these until I eventually stop. Until I eventually stop. Then it's going to be over.